Celebration time! It's finally happened! The strike is over! Hey, what's up everyone, it's me, SpeedSuperSonic, for you guys another video, and in this video today, it is finally the end of an era, if you want to call it that, a few months really. The long-running SAG-AFTRA strike is finally done. If you guys have not been picking up and have been living under a rock, there's been a giant actor strike going on in Hollywood, preventing actors from working on TV shows, promoting their TV shows and movies and all of that stuff, so it's really affected stuff like the Knuckles TV show and obviously Sonic Movie 3. Thankfully, with Sonic Movie 3 being this like live-action CGI hybrid, there are a lot of scenes with just Sonic and Tails and Knuckles and Shadow, so they've actually found a way to film some of the movie without our SAG actors like James Marsden, Tika Sumpter, Jim Carrey, and they don't need Ben Schwartz and Colleen O'Shaughnessy and Idris Elba there to be on the set in order to have the movie filmed. That's all done in post in a recording booth in Los Angeles. But this strike has done a lot of crazy things to the movie industry, and while Sonic Movie 3 has been affected by this, it hasn't been entirely completely affected, because not only was the script finished so the writer's strike didn't affect this at all, but they were able to film some of the movie, so they should be on track still for their 2024 release date. And especially with the release date being, what, December 20th, they should definitely be able to meet that. But speaking of release dates, and specifically that release date in particular of December 20th, 2024, there's been a lot of talk for a while about the competition that Sonic Movie 3 is going to face at the box office at that specific date, because we've had a bunch of different challengers. Initially, it was Avatar 3. We kind of knew, or at least I thought, that that movie was going to be pushed. It's an Avatar movie. They always get delayed multiple times. It got delayed an entire year to 2025, so that was cool. That was a big celebration for us. But Disney has a bunch of other movies, and they're going to just move around their calendar. They've been delaying stuff and pushing things back non-stop, so in its place, they put Marvel's Thunderbolts. Now, I still thought that was pretty decent competition. It is a Marvel movie at the end of the day. Now listen, Marvel is not the same that it used to be. Trust me, they just had their worst performing movie of all time. But still, the numbers for that movie are somewhat comparable to the Sonic movies. And while it's fun to have high confidence, you kind of want Sonic to have as easy going as he can. And despite people mentioning that Sonic movies have beaten superhero films in the past, not only have they not opened on the same weekend, but they were films like Birds of Prey and Morbius. Not big competition. Sonic has never gone against the MCU properly, and well, long story short, he's not going to be facing the MCU properly because they have moved the Thunderbolts completely out of that spot into the following year for 2025. Now, whoa, that's great! Celebration! Zero competition. Sonic's gonna have basically this week of December all to himself. That's great. Great move by Paramount to kind of like stick by this date and really push for it, but unfortunately, Disney, once again, put another one of their projects in the place of Thunderbolts, that being the Lion King Mufasa prequel thing, I don't know. It's releasing on the same day. Now, listen here. I've seen Sonic fans talk so much about the demographics in particular when it comes to these movies and box office and stuff like that, and why we shouldn't worry. Now, I still thought that there was a lot of room to worry with Avatar initially. Avatar is the biggest movie franchise of all time, objectively, when it comes to box office. Say what you want about it being for a different audience, Avatar's still a family film that you could bring your family to go see. Thunderbolts, that's a different story. Marvel has really been slipping. It's been losing the general audience and even fans, but still, it's not competition you want to see. But once again, people brought up demographics are different. But with Lion King, this is about as close as you could get. This is in the same universe, or is a prequel to the 2019 Lion King movie. Disney, Lion King, family films. Sonic movies are family films. The demographic that they are going for is very comparable. But not just that, if you guys didn't know, the highest grossing animated movie of all time is The Lion King from 2019. But yes, bigger than any other animated movie. That is the biggest. And this is the first new one that they're making in a similar style to that. The Sonic movies have done well at the box office. There is a big fan base, and I know that people are really looking forward to Sonic Movie 3. But this, even more than the other two, is something that you definitely don't want to go head to head against. Yes, my people watching this who are watching a YouTube channel called SpeedSuperSonic, I know you guys are definitely looking forward to Sonic Movie 3 more than Lion King. You guys might not have any interest whatsoever in Lion King, but the general audience, the billions of people out there, they probably have more interest in Lion King than they do Sonic 3. Now, if this was a week before, after, that's different, that's fine. Sonic had movies like we mentioned, Birds of Prey, Morbius, Wars, Harry Potter, that wasn't actually Harry Potter, what was it, Fantastic Beasts, all like within a week of each other, and Sonic still did very well against them. And I think Sonic could do well against them if they're on different release dates, but they're going head to head on the same weekend. A weekend that seems to be a very hot commodity in Hollywood right now. This is a spot that Hollywood really wants, and even more than Paramount, who has never budged from this release date for Sonic 3. They really believe in Sonic 3 and this release date. They really want it, but it seems that Disney wants it just as much, if not more. If they're not going to be able to release Avatar or a Marvel movie on that date, they're going to put one of their movies there no matter what. I don't think Disney's scared of Paramount or Sonic. I don't think that they believe that Sonic can compete in that spot. And while I think Sonic can compete, I don't think that it's super likely that he's going to get the top spot that weekend. Now, if this was something like Haunted Mansion that released this year or something like that, I think Sonic has a great shot. But unfortunately, they're continuing to put movies there that I do think will have Sonic somewhat struggle to gain an audience on that weekend. I think Sonic Movie 3 will do well, but if we wanted to do even better than Sonic Movie 2 did, we needed to have easy going at the box office like the previous two movies have. Before we move on to our next Sonic Movie 3 related topic, I just want to say I think one of these movies are going to move. Both Disney and Paramount seem incredibly dedicated to these spots, and at this point I just think if Disney moves Lion King, they're just going to put something else in its place. Now, if it is something comparable to Haunted Mansion or something of lower affair, maybe something from Disney's 20th Century Studios that they recently acquired, they might not sweat. Paramount's like, okay, bet you're putting that up against us, fine. But if Lion King stays there, I think Sonic might have to move by a few weeks, either up or maybe even in early 2025, I have no clue. But yeah, I still think this whole talk of release dates and everything and filming getting properly started on Sonic 3 is incredibly exciting, so I thought that was really cool. But something just as cool is the fact that we got a new press release for Sonic Movie 3, not in relation to the movie itself, but the merchandising. If you guys don't know, I'm pretty big into merchandise. I have a whole show where I spent copious amounts of money on Sonic merchandise. I like wasting money on Sonic toys. So we officially got the news that yes, not only is Sonic Movie 3 merchandise on the way, but specifically from Jakks Pacific themselves. Right here, an article from Business Wire, who drops a bunch of stuff in relation to Sonic merchandise news. Jakks Pacific announces new global agreement with Sega of America for Sonic the Hedgehog 3. Through the collaboration, Sega and Jakks will design, develop, and manufacture a range of products including action figures, plush, playsets, costumes, and costume accessories, all set to hit the market in late 2024. So if I had to guess, basically I think maybe even under a year from now, we got Sonic Movie 2 toys in February, if I recall correctly. The movie released in April, so we'll be getting them decently before the release of the movie. Sonic the Hedgehog 3 promises to be an exciting addition, with the Blue Blur embarking on his next thrilling journey. The Sonic movie product has been a resounding success among retail audiences, kids, and the enthusiastic collector community. I'm really glad that they acknowledge the collector community, expressed Kevin Feely, Vice President of Marketing at Jakks Pacific Inc. We eagerly anticipate the return of Sonic and his beloved companions and look forwarding, I think they misspelled that actually, to bringing them back in a big way in 2024. Jakks Pacific has consistently developed innovative, top quality merchandise for the Sonic the Hedgehog brand, said Mike's, the guy from Sega, and then the quote that we read before. So that's very exciting. I think we knew that we were going to get Sonic Movie 3 merchandise, but the fact that it's going to continue to be with Jakks Pacific, our longtime main master Sonic toy partner, is great news. They delivered amazing toys with Sonic Movie 2, like everything they made was a banger. And with Sonic Movie 3, you're going to have even more characters and more potential, especially with Shadow and being able to make action figures and plushies and stuff specifically of him. Because unlike Tails and unlike Knuckles, I feel like Shadow is going to sell even more. I don't know if that's like factual, like there's a lot of Tails and Knuckles merchandise if you just go in a Target, but they're slowly releasing more and more Shadow merchandise. I've been seeing him pop up a lot more than I have those other two recently. Maybe that's an really early prep for Sonic Movie 3, I don't know, but I really hope that unlike Sonic Movie 2, where we didn't get too much solo Knuckles and Tails merch, I really hope we get some cool Shadow stuff, and also some cool stuff with the other characters and whatever new outfits they might have or accessories. I'm just so pumped to see this toy line, and of course we'll be covering it in 2024. But yeah, guys, we had a few Sonic Movie 3 updates I had to cover with you all. I'm so excited for this thing. We're right around the corner. We should be getting some real set photos soon with actual actors. Not just that, but more news should start coming out on the movie, kind of similar to this press release about merchandise with the actual movie itself. And speaking of Sonic movies, the Sonic movie universe, the Knuckles show, now that the strike's over, should be right around the corner in early 2024. So guys, I'm so excited for all of this thing, but I want to pass this off to you guys and ask, what do you guys think? What do you think about all the Sonic Movie 3 three details we broke down. Do you think Sonic has a good shot at the box office going against The Lion King as it stands right now? And will you be picking up some of the Sonic Movie 3 toys? Let me know in the comment section down below. I'd love to know what you guys have to say. Feel free to follow my social media links to my Twitter and Instagram description below. You can follow those by thinking my life feature and all things Sonic the Hedgehog. But most importantly, if you're not subscribed, make sure you're subscribed. This is the #1 destination on YouTube for all things Sonic. Whether it's video games, TV shows, movies, comics, merchandise, and more, we talk about it all. Remember guys, in only a little under a month, we got Sonic Dream Team heading to Apple Arcade. We have some amazing coverage on that game coming soon. And then we're basically going right into 2024, which is going to be a massive year for Sonic the Hedgehog with the new movie, new TV shows, new games. It's going to be massive. I can't wait. You're going to want to be here for the last ride. I love all you guys so much, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace out.
Wonder what you want right now, wonder what you want right now.